Alright, I am going to do my absolute best not to break into song here. Because I always wanted to title this Daily Dose Take a Chance. And then the ABBA song started in my head, and I started, If You Change Your Mind. And then I thought, no, not going there. I should just delete that part of the video. Welcome to the Daily Dose. My name is Brian McIntosh, and you know what got me thinking about this was the fact that most people just simply don't get outside of their box. They just simply don't take chances often enough. I mean, honestly, think about it. We get into grooves, man. We get into rhythms as human beings. We just do the same thing day after day after day after day after week after week after month after year. And how boring is that? I mean, look, we only go through this crazy life one time, you know? I mean, let's do something fun. Let's do something exciting. Let's do something scary. Let's do something exhilarating. Let's do something that gets the blood flowing. Take a chance. Why not? Who cares? You know, my wife and I, we have this house out in Virginia that we bought at the worst possible time. I mean, it was at the tip top of the market, and then, of course, the market fell out in 2008, and so we're just buried in this thing, man. And all the way through our marriage up to that point, we had sold every house that we bought. We bought the house, lived in it, and we moved. We sold it. And we'd bought and sold any number of different houses. But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna really go for it here. And I said, if we had held on to every one of those houses we'd ever bought, we'd be flush right now. I mean, we'd have 7 figures worth of equity in the bank right now, or not in the bank, but you know what I mean, in property. And so I said, we're gonna take a chance on this house in Virginia. Of course, as you would guess, the one house that we decided to hang on to and rent, the market just goes, so here we are 7 years later. No, gosh, yeah, I guess 7 years later, and we're still buried. We're still upside down. That's right. So you're like, Brian, this is not a good lesson on why I should take chances. Here's what I want you to know: it didn't kill us. It didn't kill us. It's painful and it kind of stinks. We're eating some cash flow every month because we owe more on the house from a mortgage perspective than, we're collecting in rent. And, and I've thought about maybe trying to buy that down, and refi it or whatever. But, at the end of the day, here's what I learned. I learned to be a little bit more cautious in the marketplace before I buy a house, figure out where we are in the market, maybe take a harder look at it. I learned you need to have good renters. I learned it's not as easy to rent a house to good renters as you might think it is. I learned a lot of great things that are going to serve me well. And as we continue to go through this crazy life, I'm sure we'll have more homes that we keep and use as rentals and long-term investments and that kind of thing. But I wouldn't have learned any of these lessons if I would have done with that house the same thing I had done with all my other homes. First of all, I don't think I could have, because I would have taken a bath on it. But if I had, I would have just been out $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and I wouldn't have learned all the things that I've learned. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, most of the things that we're scared to get out of our box and attempt to do and try are not going to kill you. They're not going to kill you. If it goes the very worst that you can possibly imagine, it's not going to kill you. Now, if you look onto something and you say, hey, listen, the worst that can happen is I die, well, then don't do it. But if the worst that can happen is something less than I'm dead when this is over, and if the upside to it is so much larger than the potential risk, then take a chance every once in a while. Here's what taking chances does. It gets the blood flowing. It gets the juices flowing. It makes you feel alive. We're meant to grow and bloom and blossom and grow and do things and go places and see stuff and get it all in, right? We weren't meant to just do the same thing over and over and over and over and then die. That's so boring. Why would you want to do that? Although I know some people that are perfectly happy doing that. And if that's what turns you on, then by all means, go for it. But you know what? If you just feel like you're just on a racetrack, running the same lap day after day after day, here's what you can do. Take a chance. Take a strategic chance. Find something that excites you, thrills you, scares you to death, and jump in. And you'll be amazed at how your life will suddenly take on new meaning. You'll get filled with purpose. You'll get filled with excitement. You'll get filled with joy. All of a sudden, you won't feel like you're just stuck on a hamster wheel every day, day after day. And that's a great feeling, because we only have so many days left. We only get one life. And who knows how many we've got. So make the most of it. It's the dose. We'll make it a great week.